Because we do have Josh Denhart from the Amazing Chemistry Show in the studio with us. James Peterson is just coming back from washing his hands because Josh gave us some lotion to put on our hands.
That's
and
right.
Explain what this really was.
This is lotion that actually has a very interesting additive. It's a phosphorescent additive, meaning that it has a fluorescence to it where you put UV light on it and it emits a higher state.
So it makes it a little more obvious.
A little more obvious, right?
Okay, so what we did is he put lotion twice, I might add, on both James's hands and my hands, and so we saw what it looked like. So
Yes.
James went to go wash his hands. So you washed yours. I'm going to go back over and show you with the blue light.
We're going to get in the dark a little bit.
In the dark, because I'm going to walk over here. We get the camera set up, and you can see, look at the cracks in my hands.
Okay, so here is your skin without. Right there, you can see where it has been added. So your hand is phosphorescent.
How about that?
Turn it over real quick. You can see. Look at
the fingernails.
Fingernails. Yeah, need a strobe light and a disco ball will get her done.
Yep.
But you can see this is all over. But the naked eye cannot see a single thing on your hand.
Here, we'll hold it up here. Look, it looks normal.
Looks normal.
Yeah.
However, in the presence of this UV light, you can see, especially under here, you can see.
We'll move it back down.
Your hand is glowing bright.
And that's just indication that there's a lot of germs that are on.
Well, you know, that's what we're simulating.
You're simulating,
right? Because you can't see the germs on my hand right now, but they're there.
Okay, got it.
And you can't see the phosphorescent substance on your hand right now, but you can with the black light.
Right.
So that's what we got. So you, my friend, you went to the bathroom and washed your hands.
Scrubbed up.
You scrubbed up. Now, I have to ask, I forgot to tell you as you were leaving, did you actually wash your hands like you normally do, or did you pull the, dude, I'm on TV, I'm going to really get after it? Tell us the truth.
No, normal wash.
Normal washing.
2 pumps of soap, wash it up, done.
And we're out. Okay, are we ready for the test?
Yep.
Turn the black light on again.
Okay.
Go back underneath here one more time and see whether or not it does illuminate.
Okay, now, you've done a great job on the back of your hands, but can you see your finger? Okay, let's look at the
fingernails. It's still there.
Still there.
Yep.
So that's an indication that you could still, look at the back. You did pretty well. Now look right here.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see that, but right
up on top.
Right up on top. Do you see that right there?
Yep.
You missed a spot, and you missed a spot right in here as well. So I can actually, if this was bacteria, your wrists still have some evidence. Does that make sense?
If you were doing surgery, that wouldn't be a good thing.
No, it would not.
Yeah.
Right, because
Definitely.
when you're opening up the cavity of a human, right, that needs to be a completely sterile environment. Otherwise, you're introducing things that are going to be completely disastrous. I mean, the theory behind microbiology was first really kind of discovered when there was a teaching hospital that had cadavers on one side and a baby ward on the other. And their students were going back and forth between the two. They had no idea. Contaminating. So what happened then is they had a grossly abnormal rate of infant mortality because these student doctors were touching cadavers
and then going over
going
there.
right over here and transferring, and they didn't have any idea about this. That was one of the big discoveries about microbiology.
You really need, it makes you feel like you really need, when you wash your hands,
A brush.
a
little scrubber.
A little scrubber to get in between your nails. Because a lot of people just kind of, they go like this, you try to go in between your fingers.
And you're done.
And you're done.
That's
but
right.
Yeah, like you said, way up here, you got a shirt on that falls down, you don't want to get wet, so yeah.
Yep.
So it's all good.
Now, what about the things that are as filthy as your hands? Do you have any idea of what are the dirty things?
Well, I brought with me today
a list?
the top 5 dirty substances or dirty surfaces for 2017 in public in the top 5 in the home.
Okay.
Okay, number 5, drum roll, for the public is shopping carts. That's number 5.
Okay.
That's why they have those little
That's why they have that deal, right?
The wipes, okay.
Little wipes, yep.
Next one, gas pump handles.
Oh, of course,
Okay.
yeah.
You're thinking, of course, about where a lot of hands touch, right?
Right.
Escalator rails.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I hate
that's why you
touching
ride like
escalator
this.
rails.
Not fun, right?
Yeah.
ATM buttons. That was a surprising one to me.
Okay.
I mean, who's cleaning those, right?
Yeah.
Nobody.
Nobody.
Yeah.
And vending machine buttons.
Okay.
That's number 1 in 2016-17.
All right.
Okay, for the home.
For public areas. So
Yes.
the next time you go to a vending machine, how many people are going to spray it first?
Do this.
Yeah.
Or get a towel.
the old elbow.
They're going to get a towel and wipe it.
These are shifting over time. I mean, they test these all the time, and every year they come back out with the bad.
I heard about tray tables in airplanes.
I never thought about that one.
That they are just filthy.
Oh.
As dirty can get.
Yes. Well, take a look here. Toilet seat is number 5.
And that's number 5.
5.
You think that would be at the top of the list?
It's not.
All right, so folks, you might want to scribble these down. Okay,
That's right.
Number
But your
5,
cell phone is dirtier than your toilet seat?
Yeah, you use
yes.
it all the time. Yeah.
Yes. Light switches. Now, you have to understand that cell phones didn't used to be on the list. Like when they first came out, not as common, right? Keyboards, your keyboard has always been in the top 5
Definitely.
for years.
Yeah.
Cell phones, number 2.
Really?
Yep.
So
Cell
something
phones-
is dirtier than your cell phone, something that people play with every
Here,
30
Lou,
seconds.
touch my cell phone.
He said, I want to do that.
I have stuff on my hands. So
The
it's like-
number 1 dirtiest thing, and has been number 1 for decades,
Yeah.
is money.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
And so,
Didn't even think about
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So everything from the cashier to the drug dealer to the homeless guy to everybody.
How many different hands is that? No, is it the bill or the coin or both? It's just
Both.
money
But a
in
bill
general.
itself is probably
So,
the dirtiest.
do people who handle money for their job, do you think they get sick more often?
It's a good question. I don't want to have any conjecture about that. But what I do know is that heavy gamblers, you'll often see them wearing white gloves.
Sure.
Does that
you
make
do.
sense?
You
They're
do.
putting in the slots.
Yeah.
They're wearing white gloves because if you don't, these 2 fingers actually become tarnished and actually you can see dirt on them. Isn't that insane?
That's crazy. Yeah,
Well-
I never would have guessed that.
Now here's the deal. We saw that you did a good job, right? You did a pretty good job. The interesting thing is, well, today in history, it may sound like I'm obsessive about this, but every Wednesday I have a reminder to myself that I actually clean my phone with 99% isopropyl
So
alcohol.
some people have the Throwback Thursdays. You have Wipe Down Wednesdays. Yeah, okay. All right.
Never heard of it. It's the truth though. About a month now I've been doing this. And so every Wednesday, I just
And it's
clean
just
my
you
phone.
just use regular rubbing alcohol.
Yeah, mine's a little special.
I would imagine yours would be.
Yeah, mine's 99% isopropyl alcohol. What normal people can get is about 70%. So 30% is water. So mine just evaporates quickly. So the alcohol actually is a pretty good deterrent.
Now, can people just use the 70% the ones you
Absolutely,
can get
yes.
for
You
59
don't want
cents?
to put too much on there because there's that extra water is what you don't want to have remain and get wet. Now, here's an interesting thing. Everyone so far who's been watching this is thinking in their mind, okay, I now need to be a germaphobe. But I want to actually share with you a study that came out about 4 years ago. Very interesting. They did a study that was over a decade long, and they had thousands of kids that they tested, okay? This is an amazing one. They had 2 groups of this more than 1,000 kids. Group 1 were mothers who were pacifier boilers. Group
Okay.
2 was pacifier lickers. Those moms who, by the way, if you're like, oh, there's something on there, just here, give it to them.
Okay, just clean it off. with
Just
your
clean it
mouth,
off,
yeah.
or just do that, fine.
Knock it off.
Okay, so watch this. These 2 groups, those indicators, those were behavioral indicators for how the rest of their existence quite possibly would carry out. This person who is a boiler, they probably have an extremely sterilized environment.
Right.
This person doesn't care as much. By the way, I have 4 kids. Number 4, dude, roll in the dirt. Don't care. You know what I mean?
It's not caked down there. It's
I
good
don't
enough,
even
yeah.
care, right? Just here, kick it off. Is there any Big Mac? Is there like a bug on here? No, put it in his mouth,
good
right?
enough.
Well, the interesting thing is after this over a decade study, they found that this group right here who lived in a very sterile environment, they had a statistically higher significance of autoimmune diseases.
No way.
Now, why do you think that is? You want an auto?
Wait,
because
do
they
you
didn't
know
build
what
up
an
to
auto?
it.
Well, what is an autoimmune disease first? When your body is actually attacking itself, and it shouldn't, right? So, any ideas why this group would have a higher level of autoimmune?
Because it
disease?
hasn't been building up. It hasn't been building up resistance.
Well, actually, it's a little more sinister than that.
Uh-oh.
This group who had a sterilized environment, they didn't have anything to fight against because all of the bacteria was gone. And so their body is naturally programmed to fight things. And so it didn't have any germs to fight off.
Didn't have any experience.
No, it wasn't experience. It didn't have anything to fight. And so these white cells were running around
Oh, really?
because there was nothing for it to fight. It was like, well, I kind of got to fight something. And so it picked Your own body.
Turned on itself.
It turned on itself.
Wow, I never would have guessed that.
Never would have guessed that. It came out about 4 years ago. Groundbreaking study. So watch this. Those who actually, people might look at this and say, what a bad parent. Maybe, maybe not. Because a higher incidence, statistically significant, of higher autoimmune diseases because of a sterilized environment.
Wow.
So there's probably a happy medium in there.
That's the answer, right? That's the answer. You know, somebody might go, oh, well, he's talking out of both sides of his mouth. You know, clean your hands, wash, but maybe not. Well, the answer isn't to never wash your hands and lick the floor of a skating rink.
At the same time.
That's not the answer, right? I mean, we're not going to go back to the Dark Ages and have bubonic plague.
Right.
I don't want that. So I am, trust me, I am conscious of those kind of petri dishes that are floating around in my life. I do wash my hands. Right, I do use a scrub brush in the shower.
You just don't need to wash them like a surgeon would wash them.
Not necessarily.
Up
And
to your
also,
elbows
right.
and soap.
Or watch this. Or like have somebody clean every surface every day.
Yeah.
That's not necessarily the most productive thing because your body, it's actually, your body needs to fight something. Isn't that interesting?
I never would have guessed that.
Very
I
interesting.
see, we learned something every
That's
time you're hearing today.
right.
We're almost in overload mode. That's really cool.
I know. I'll tell you what, I mean, what a crazy thing. A liquor versus a boiler. I mean, we know some of the boilers, don't we?
Yes, we do. Yes,
oh,
we do.
man.
But
Germ
folks,
freaks.
you can learn so much from this guy here, and you are doing this on a regular basis now, right?
Yeah.
This is your normal
This is
gig.
the gig, yeah. So I'm actually going to go to Charles City, Iowa on New Year's Day at a church to do a big science production.
Really?
Yeah, yeah.
How about that? Now, if people want to have you come to their location and perform for them and teach them some things, and he has some really cool experiments too. What's the easiest way to get a hold of you?
Go to theamazingchemistryshow.com, and there's a button there that says begin the booking process. Pretty simple.
All right, perfect. So hopefully you had a lot of takeaway again from today as to what things are full of germs, what things are not full of germs, as much I should say, and whether or not you really need to boil everything. Just to keep it clean.
Maybe not, right?
And it's
I'm
Wednesday.
gonna clean myself up.
Yeah, it's Wipe Down Wednesday. Okay, that's what we've dubbed it here.
So good.
Because of you, Josh. We appreciate it.
Hey,
Thank you so
bet.
much for
You
being
bet.
here, man.
That's
and
right.
Looking forward to you coming
Hey,
back.
keep germ-free.
We will. We'll give it a shot.
My hands are clean.
Hey, that's good. Nice to hang. All right.
It is 9:47 right now. Stick around. We will be right back. You're watching CW Iowa Live in West Des Moines.